Well, it's Saturday, June the 1st, the start of meteorological summer. It is officially here. I've got your active weather forecast. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. We continue to look at showers along the BC coast. We are concerned about the potential for flooding within Metro Vancouver for Sunday evening. Could easily see over 50 millimeters of rain. We also have persistent rain and cooler conditions coming back to the Avalon. So I'm going to talk about those systems on either coast. But first, we're stable today through Winnipeg and across the prairies, but a place like southern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario, things will dramatically change this weekend. What we're looking at is a big storm system coming through. Watch the development of thunderstorms within the south of Manitoba as we get into Sunday afternoon and evening. Some of these storms could be dropping huge amounts of rain, big hail, strong winds, and we're not ruling out the potential of a tornado. So that will be through Sunday evening, through afternoon, evening hours, and then that will sweep into the northwest of Ontario, likely to create a line of storms, places like Kenora, Red Lake, Dryden, heavy downpours, hail, damaging winds, and then it does look like that line of storms fizzles out by the time it gets toward Lake Nipigon and Thunder Bay. So that's going to be a big weather story we'll continue to watch as we go throughout this weekend. For Ontario today, we are quite stable, same kind of story within southern Quebec, but we will look at the potential for some light showers as we go through Sunday afternoon. Again, nothing compared to like what we will see across the south of Manitoba and the northwest, but just some light showers, some overcast skies, making it a little bit more gray in cottage country for the second day of June. Today, certainly the brighter day on Saturday. You can see the 7-day forecast though, lots of summer weather coming this week, perhaps a bit of a temperature cool down next week. We're actually seeing a lot of action and wet weather building up across the prairies. So that could spark some active weather, some wet weather within Ontario and Quebec as we end off next week. But there is a lot of warm weather coming with the humidity going back up into the 30s this week. Now into Atlantic Canada, finally St. John's experienced some warm weather. Now temperatures are back on the decline. Look at this, 7 degrees, that's it in St. John today, 9 in Gander. The 7-day forecast showing a bit of a, let's call it miserable story. We have an area of low pressure that's just sitting over top of Newfoundland. It's retrograding backwards. It's going to hold you into the showers. It's going to hold you into the northerly flow. If you're in Fredericton or Halifax, you're far enough to the west that you're going to miss most of this rain. Halifax on Sunday does get into some showers, but the long-range forecast certainly doesn't look as soaking. Now, speaking of soaking, let's jump into Vancouver, Victoria. You do have a lot of wet weather on the way. We are looking at spotty showers today, filtering in across the interior. And then it is this push into Sunday that definitely brings you the heavier rain. And this is where we are going to watch for the potential for some flooding. Special weather statements are in place for Metro Vancouver. A lot of that rainfall will be stacking up along the coast. And you can see another system does come into play for Tuesday, and then a ridge of high pressure builds. Before we get to that ridge of high pressure, though, I do want you to know there is a system within the northern prairies. It's bringing some flurries to the north of Saskatchewan. This will bring some rainfall, and it'll hold some unstable conditions as we go throughout this week. So you can see it in the 7-day forecast for Calgary, a little bit cooler before temperatures build back up, and we will look at some of those on and off showers within the southern prairies this week.